I'm Elle, and I can't stop watching cats vomiting to techno.
And I am 7'5", 530 pounds, Susman the Giant, the Susman, Rick Susman. You, of course, are watching the Read Pile.
And now, comic book news you can use for the week of May 14th.
And it is good news. We have ourselves a trailer for the Constantine TV show. We have ourselves a trailer for the Flash TV show. We had a series finale for Arrow that everyone loved. We had Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. continues to get better, which is weird for a comic book TV show on a network. Anyway, big news. We got Batfleck in a bat suit in front of a Batmobile. Tell me why this is terrible, Elle.
I can't stand the man.
He's
He's
like
terrible.
clockwork.
He shouldn't be allowed to have a career.
Who?
I'm sorry.
Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck.
But what did you think of the costume? Forget about the character. Costume.
Unfortunately, the actor makes the part too, so it's sickening me. It's making my stomach hurt.
Why do you hate Ben Affleck so much?
Well, it all begins.
Oh God.
It all begins with.
It's a short show. Just cut to the finish.
He has a connection to Kevin Smith.
Right.
And for some reason, I have a very unnatural, unreasonable hate for Kevin Smith. I can't explain it. I don't know.
So because he's connected.
He is associated with him.
So because of that, the Batman, the still yet to be titled sequel to Man of Steel is going to be bad because Batman is Ben Affleck, who is related to Kevin Smith.
Just his parts are gonna suck.
What's funny
when he speaks. You
really believe this, though. You truly believe this.
Part of me, yes.
I think it's time for some reviews.
And now for some comic book reviews. Batgirl, issue 31. I'm really excited about this series and where it's going. We do have a relationship that she has with a younger guy. Unfortunately, is kind of turning south a little bit due to some family issues. So you'll have to check that out to see what I'm talking about. But as far as an introduction of a character I'm really excited about, Ragdoll. She's demented, she's crazy, and I love the character and how she's portrayed in this issue. So I'm really excited to see if maybe she continues or shows up again. I'd like to continue reading her and how she interacts with Batgirl. And then Weird Love. Oh my god. And that's not for a good reason. So Weird Love, let's clearly look. The cover says, oh my god, kinky, sick, bizarro. None of the above. Maybe the oh my god, because it was really terrible. It was really, really terrible. It's a gathering of stories from the 50s and the 60s comic books. I think there was one from early 70s. I don't know why women acted that way. I'm sure women still act the way that they do in some of these books, and I pray for their souls. But it was really bad. The interesting part of this book was watching me read it. It was really bad. I can't believe I did that to myself. It was pretty thick, so I really had to get through it. But I trudged through it and I made it to the end, and I'm here, I survived to tell you not to pick it up. Next, this is my pick of the week. Once again, Future's End. It was amazing. It continues to be amazing. Big spoiler, if you've not caught up, you should be. I don't know why you wouldn't be. But it is a weekly. It is one of the weeklies that I plan to continue reading on a weekly basis. It is the aftermath of Green Arrow, Oliver Queen's death. So you're going to see all of the heroes kind of fighting at each other, getting a little crazy. And the entire time I'm reading it, I'm thinking, there's something not right. I can't put my finger on it. I don't like it. And then you get to the end, and Lois Lane is thinking the same thing. And the fact that she's thinking the same thing that I was thinking the entire issue makes me want to continue reading. So, can't wait till next week. And if you're not on board and you just listen to all of that, well, you should be reading. So, There you go. Rick?
We thank you for those lovely reviews, Elle.
Up yours!
Okay, so my read pile this week was actually a little small, which is rare for me, but I'm man enough to admit when my read pile doesn't measure up. So, that's actually kind of a bad thing, because when you're a comic book nerd, professional comic book nerd, and you go into your shop and you find that your read pile is a little low, that often means that you're going to venture out into the world of the, trade paperbacks or whatever, and find more things that you didn't know you needed and now you have to have. But, let us begin. First things first, I have Justice League United, this is actually funny, it's actually Justice League Canada, which is the variant, and I told Jesse that it was Justice League United, so how's that graphic coming, Jesse?
I hate you!
Anyhow, Justice League United #1 by Jeff Lemire. Really good first issue. We had the Zero issue, we talked about that. Some of you actually even took my recommendation and bought it. Sorry. I loved it, so hopefully you did too. This was a really good #1 as far as I'm concerned. Sets the pacing of the story, gets us moving in the direction that we figured the story would be going anyway. We get to see Adam Strange first try out his cool new jetpack, fail miserably at it. It's a book where the writer knows that he's maybe even on borrowed time, and so he's just really enjoying writing the dialogue, and Lobo actually looks like a significantly more badass in this issue. Really good #1. If you haven't checked out the Zero, definitely check it out. Next up on the list, Über #13, which should be here-ish at this point. 13th issue of Über, not counting the special edition that came out for Free Comic Book Day, I suppose, and maybe the Zero issue. Again, I don't know how many more times I can review Über, because it's just really good. And I hate to sort of just constantly be praising the book without any major qualms. If there is an issue, it's that it's a standalone, it's a spotlight issue. We're focusing on Maria, the crazy Russian sniper girl, who is awesome, and this is sort of her particular book. I guess in that regard, it's actually a really nice jumping on point, so if you've never read Über and you want to see what the fuss is about, here's an issue that has somewhat nothing to do with anything else, but you can sort of get involved. Again, on the back page, Gillen does a great job talking to the reader. His voice, just his writing voice, is just fabulous. He's a great writer, and he's also a personal individual who I'd like to talk to further. A nice guy. So, now gets into the stuff that I wasn't supposed to pick up this week, but I did. First, we're going to talk about the Rat Queens trade paperback. Everyone and my uncle has been telling me that Rat Queens is awesome and that I need to check it out. I didn't quite love it as much as everyone else did. I thought it was fun, I thought it was silly, I thought it was ridiculous, which was great, but I had just finished up watching this one anime called Sword Art Online, which felt very similar. Both books dealing with a world in which MMO is real, so RPG elements in a comic book versus RPG elements in an anime. Good book. I wouldn't say run out and buy every issue, but if you want to check out the trade, if you're like me and you need a book to add to your list, Rat Queens was a lot of fun. My pick of the week, however, without question, was Andre the Giant, Life and Legend by Box Brown. I'm a wrestling fan, we've been over this. Jesse and I even live tweeted the last NXT event that we went to. This book is tough. Andre's life was not the greatest. It was a tough read. And at first, I'm going to show just a quick page here. So, Jesse, I know you have to rearrange graphics a little bit, but I think this is necessary. You might be able to do this anyway, just so you could see the art. At first, I thought the art didn't match the story, but it had such a life to it. The artwork eventually becomes part of the story. Box Brown does a wonderful, wonderful job on this. I don't know if it's going to be easy to find, but if it is, and it's already up here. Sorry, Jesse, I know I'm screwing up your shot. Love you too, buddy. Check out Andre the Giant. Just a fabulous book. If you can find it at your store, awesome. If not, tell them to order it for you. Hopefully it's still available. Really, really great. One last thing. You do want to go to barbershopwindow.com, use promo code READPILE. We've been doing this for a couple of weeks now, and you get 15% off your order. Now, you want to do this because you'll actually be able to check out Andre the Giant merch. They have that capability. They have that technology, but it's legit. It's really his stuff, and you can get like shirts and things like that with Andre's family's permission. Is that about right, Jesse?
Yeah.
You proud of me, Jesse?
No.
All right.
All right, that's it for this week. Who are we thanking? Frank.
First, we got to thank Terminus Comic, Brian and Travis. Thank you guys for all the cool art this week and for promoting us on your web page. It's a Facebook page, mostly. But we still thank the guys anyway. You could find a write-up for Brian, and Travis will be getting his own write-up very shortly once he brings me some art. At any rate. We also definitely need to thank Barbershop Window. As I mentioned in my review, you can go to barbershopwindow.com, use the promo code READPILE, and save 15% on your order so you can get some really cool Andre the Giant swag. Let's see, we need to thank... Oh! You know who we really need to thank? Elle. We need to thank Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels, who actually retweeted us, who watched our video, and who even commented on it. And Elle, did you have something you wanted to mention?
Stay tuned after the credits. Alright, Christopher Daniels, I heard you talking about me. This is you.